Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 2-2 of October, November 2019. Alright, let's move on to question number 1. So here we have Venn diagrams shade the region indicated. So we have the first one. It says A prime intersecting B will be where? So A prime will be outside of A. So outside of A. Intersecting B will be only B. So let's do that. That's the first part. And then we have union A intersecting B prime, so same thing, outside of B but only A. So that will be the region required to be shaded. That is the first one. Now moving on to part 2, we have A intersecting B will be this one, and union C will be all of C. So that will be first one by one. So A intersecting B, union C will be C. Now part 3, we have A intersecting B. So A and B will be this one right here. Intersecting with B prime, C prime will be outside of C. So outside of C, but A and B. Okay, so that will be question number 1. Now let's move on to question number 2. So we have y equal to 2 sine 3x plus cos 3x. Show that d2y dx2 plus dx by dy plus 3y equals to this. So let's find the terms one by one. So what is 3y? 3y is just 3 times this. So 3 times 2 sine 3x plus cos 3x. This will be 6 sine 3x plus 3 cos 3x. That will be for this part. Now for this one, how would you find dy by dx? So differentiate with respect to x. The first one will be 2 cos 3x times 3 plus minus sine 3x times 3. So here you will have 3 times 2 will be 6 cos 3x minus 3 sine 3x. And the last one we have d2y by dx2. So let's do that. So d2y by dx2. So we have to differentiate dy by dx one more time. You will have 6 minus sine 3x times 3 minus 3 cos 3x times 3. So simplify, you will have, so 3 times 6 will be minus 18 sine 3x minus 9 cos 3x. Now we have all the terms that we need to replace in this equation. So first one will be this one, which is minus 18 sine 3x minus 9 cos 3x. That's the first term. Now plus dy by dx, so plus this one, 6 cos 3x minus 3 sine 3x. And the last one plus 3y, this is the y, 3y is this, so 6 sine 3x plus 3 cos 3x. Now the next step is to simplify and see what we get. So let's look at the cos terms. So cos terms will have 6, so we have plus 6, we have plus 3, and minus 9. So 6 plus 3 is 9, minus 9 will be 0. So cos will go away. Remaining we will have this remaining. So minus 3, minus 18, and plus 6. So let's do that. Minus 3 plus 6 will be plus 3. Plus 3 plus minus 18, that will be minus 15 sine 3x remaining. Now what is the question? It says where k is a constant to be determined, so we have to find the value of k. So let's compare. The answer above is k sine 3x, so this means k is equal to minus 15. Okay, so that is question number 2. Now let's move on to question number 3. It says we have to form a 5-digit code from these characters. So we have 5 letters, we have 6 numbers and 3 symbols. So 5 letters, 6 numbers and 3 symbols. So no character can be repeated, so we can only use them only once in every code that we produce. Find the number of possible codes if, first one is if there's no restriction. So pretty easy, we have to form a 5-digit code, so we have 5 space. So if you plus everything, we will have 5 plus 6 will be 11, plus 3, that is 14. Right. So for the first letter, you will have 14 choice. Then you'll have 13 choice, then 12, 11, and 10. So number of ways will be found by multiplying the number of choices. 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10. That will give you 240 and 240. That will be one way of doing this. And now if you know how to use a P on your calculator, it's pretty easy. Since there is no restriction, from the 14 characters, we can just permutate 5 because we want to form a 5-digit number. We can just type this to find the answer as well. So 14p5, that will be the same answer, 240, 240. Okay, so that will be part 1. Now for part 2, it says the code starts with a symbol followed by 2 letters and then 2 numbers. So we have 5 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one has to be a symbol. So for it to be a symbol, we only have 3 choice. So you write 3 choice for a symbol. Then it has to be followed by 2 letters. So we have 5 letters, right? So for the first one, we have 5 choice, then we have 4 choice, right? And then followed by 2 numbers, so we have numbers, 6 numbers. So for the first number, we have 6 choices, and then we have 5 choices. So the number of possibilities will be found by multiplying the choices. So 3 times 5 times 4 times 6 times 5, that will be 1,800 numbers can be formed. Now for the part 3, the first 2 characters are numbers. No other numbers appear in the code. So let's see. So we have again 5 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have numbers. We have 6 numbers, right? We need the first 2 to be numbers. So for the first choice, we have 6 choice, and then second one we have 5 choice. And for the rest, there's no other numbers. So what is the rest? The rest will be letters and symbols, which means there will be 8 characters remaining other than numbers. So for this one we have 8 choices, then we have 7 choice, then we have 6 choice. Multiply everything to find the number of possibilities. So 6 times 5 times 8 times 7 times 6, that will be 10080. This will be your answer. Okay, and that is question number 3, I think. Yeah, 3. Now let's move on to question number 4. It says find the values for k for which the line does not meet this curve. So when you see does not meet, the one thing you need to think about is that we have to use b squared minus 4ac is less than 0 if it does not meet. Okay, so what is the first step? As always, when you see something meeting or not meeting the other line, we have to solve them simultaneously. So we have y here, we replace. You have kx plus 3 is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 12. Now, we send everything to one side. You will have x squared plus 5x minus kx plus 12 minus 3. Now, let's simplify. You will have x squared plus, you factorize 5 minus k, you take out x, and plus, this will be 9 equal to 0. Now from this, as you can see, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 5 minus k, and c is equal to 9. Now we have to use this, but for now let's find the critical values. So critical values is b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0 at the critical values. Now b squared is 5 minus k squared minus 4 times a times c. So if you simplify, you will have, so you observe we have 5 minus k squared minus 36. So since 36 is a square number, it is 6 times 6 is 36. So what can we do here is, because we have a complete square form, we can just send 36 to the other side. And then we can just send the square to be plus minus square root of 36, which is plus minus of 6. So now let's find the two possible values for k. So 5 minus k can be plus 6, or it can be 5 minus k can be minus 6. So k can be equal to, so 5, that will be minus 1, and k can be equal to 11. So we have those two values of k, which is called the critical values. Now look at this curve. How does this curve look like? For this one, it is, so if you expand this, let's make it easier for you guys. So if you expand this, let's say you expand this one, you will have 25 minus 10k plus k squared minus 36. Now simplify, you will have k squared minus 10k, that will be minus 11 equal to 0. Now you see k here is positive 1. Since it is positive, the shape of the curve will look like this, right? Now these are the critical values. It means that at the x-axis, it cuts the curve at 2 points. The one point is minus 1, and this one will be 11. Now we want to know where b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So when you see less than 0, it means below the line. So where is it below the line? It will be for this region, which is, you will write k needs to be between minus 1 and 11 for it to be below 0 where it does not meet. So this will be your set of values for k for where the line does not meet the curve. And that is question number 4. Okay, so let's move on to question number 5. At the point where x equal to 1 on the curve, y equal to this, the normal has gradient 1 over 3. The normal is just a perpendicular line to the tangent. This is the tangent, this will be the normal. If the normal has gradient 1 over 3, the tangent will have gradient minus 3. You guys should know this by now. Okay, so part 1, it says find the value of the constant k. So how would you find k? We have to use this information. So what is gradient of tangent? So we found that the gradient of tangent is equal to minus 3. So, and how do we find this usually? We have to use dy by dx is equal to minus 3. So now let's find dy by dx. So we know y is equal to this, so y is equal to k x plus 1 minus 2. So dy by dx will be equal to k times minus 2x plus 1 minus 3, which is minus 2k over x plus 1 power 3. So basically it says at this point, so dy by dx at x equal to 1, let's replace 1 here, minus 2k, 1 plus 1 is 2, power 3 is 8, equal to minus 3. So let's solve this to find the value of k. So let's see how can we do that. So we just have to cross multiply. You'll have minus 2k equal to minus 24. So k will be equal to minus 24 divided by minus 2, which is 12. So the value of k will be equal to 12. Now part B, using your value of k, find the equation of the tangent to the curve at this value. So to find the equation of a line, we have to find the gradient of that line at this point. So as we know, dy by dx is equal to, so it is minus 2k will be minus 24, so minus 24 over x plus 1 power 3. So to find the gradient at this point, we have to replace dy by dx where x equal to 2. So let's say x equal to 2, dy by dx will be minus 24 divided by 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 power 3 will be 27. So let's see how can we simplify this. Will be minus 8 over 9. Minus 8 over 9 divided by 3. Okay, that will be the gradient of the tangent. Now using this point x equal to 2, what will be the value of y? So replace back in the equation, y is equal to 12 x plus 1 square, which is 12. X is 2 plus 1 is 3, square will be 9. That will be divided by 3, you have 4 over 3. So we have the point x equal to 2, y equal to 4 over 3. So the equation of tangent will be y minus 4 over 3 over x minus 2 is equal to minus 8 over 9. Now we can just cross multiply. You will have 9y minus 9 times 4 over 3 equal to minus 8x plus 16. That will be 9y minus 12 minus 8x plus 16. That will be 9y minus 8x plus 28. So this will be the equation of the tangent at the point where x equal to 2. Now let's move on to question number 6. So we have to show that tan x over 1 plus sec x plus 1 plus sec x over tan x equal to this one. So by definition, you guys must know that tan x is equal to sin x over cos x, and sec x is equal to 1 over cos x. But for now, we can just write this down as a note. We don't need to do anything for this right now. Let's just begin with the left-hand side. So since the bases are different, we have to find the LCM. So LCM will be multiplying the base by each other. So we will have tan x multiplied by 1 plus sec x. Then we have to cross multiply. So here you will have tan square x plus 1 plus sec x square. So now let's take the term one by one and simplify to see what we get. So for the top, so what is this term? So let's simplify this here. 1 plus sec x square is equal to 1 plus 2 sec x plus sec square x. That's the expansion. Now if you look at your list of formulas, you will see that you have something about trigonometry right here, which says sec square x is equal to 1 plus tan square x. This is given to you on your list of formulas. So you have to use this in this question to help you find your answer. Now let's replace this back in this equation to see what we have. You will have tan square. So let's make tan square the subject of formula. So tan square will be equal to sec square x minus 1. Let's put this here. So you will have sec square x minus 1 plus 1 plus 2 sec x plus sec square x. That's the top, and the bottom remain the same. The bottom will be just tan x times 1 plus sec x. Now if you observe, this one this one plus this one will be 2, so this one cancel out. So if you simplify, that becomes 2 sec square x plus 2 sec x, and the base remain the same. Okay, now this is common, you can take it out. You have 2 is common and sec x is common. You will have sec x plus 1, and you will have tan x at the base. Now if you observe, so we still have this one, sorry, it's 1 plus sec x. Now sec x plus 1 is the same as 1 plus sec x, so they will cancel out. So remaining will be 2 sec x over tan x. So now we have to simplify this. What is sec x? As you know already, it is 1 over cos x. And what is tan x? It will be sin x over cos x. So back to the equation, you will have 2. Sec x will be 1 over cos x. And tan x will be divided by tan x. That will be sin x over cos x. Now if you simplify, that becomes 2 times 1 cos x. So when you divide by something, if you want to change the sign by multiply, you have to flip it upside down. Cos. So this will become this. Now this is the same, cancel out, you will have 2 over sin x. And this is the same as the right hand side, that will be shown as required. Shown as required. That is part 1. Now part 2, it says hence solve the equation this equal to this for x between these values. Now as we know, this is equal to 2 over sin x from part 1 equal to 1 plus 3 sin x. The first step is always to cross multiply. You'll have 2 sin x plus 3 sine square x. Now bring everything to one side. You will have 3 sine square x plus sin x minus 2 equal to 0. Now we can factorize. So if that confuses you, you can just say let u equal to sin x. So it become 3u squared plus u minus 2. So now it is much simpler to factorize. That will be 3u times u, and that will be 2 times 1. For us to get plus 1u, we have to do plus 3 minus 2. So u will be 2 over 3, or u will be minus 1. So now you have to go back to this main replacement. U is actually sin x, so sin x can be 2 over 3, or sin x can be minus 1. So let's take one by one. If sine is positive, the value will be here, or it can be here. Here it is theta, and here will be 180 minus theta. So let's find that. So here, what is the value of x? That will be sine inverse of 2 over 3. That will be 41.8. So this will be 180 minus 41.8. That will be 138.2. How about this one? So if sine is negative, it will be right here, which is 360 minus theta, or it can be here, which is 180 plus theta. So as you can see, both values will be outside the range, but we can find out, let's find out what values do we have. So x will be minus, so sine inverse. So let's first find the value of theta. Theta is the same as, we have to take this one as positive to find theta. So sine inverse of 1. Theta will be of 1, that will be 90 degrees. Right. So x will be 180 plus 90, that will be 270. And then 360 minus 90, that will be 270 as well. So these two values are outside the range because we need only values between 0 and 180. So these two will not be in the range. So your answers will be these two for your values of x. X will be 41.8 and 138.2 degrees. Two values of x. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 7. Now let's move on to question number 7, part A. The cubic equation x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 40 equals to 0 has 3 positive integer roots. Now, two roots are given to you, which is 2 and 4. Now we have to find the other root and the value of a and b. So let's do one by one. So first let f of x equal to this equation, which is x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 40. Now, when you have two roots, 2 and 4, it means that f of 2 is equal to 0 and f of 4 is equal to 0. So let's use this two information to find the values of a and b. So one by one. F of 2 is equal to, replace, you will have 8 plus 4a plus 2b minus 40 equal to 0. So 4a plus 2b, so 8 minus 40, that is minus 32 equal to 0. So 4a plus 2b equal to 32. Now divide by 2, you will have 2a plus b equal to 16. That is equation number 1. Now for this one, same steps. F of 4, you will have 64 plus, replace, you will have 16a plus 4b minus 40 is equal to 0. Now you can simplify, you will have 16a plus 4b equal to, so 64 minus 40 is 24. You send this on this side, they become minus 24. Now divide by 4 everywhere, you will have 4a plus b equal to minus 6. This is equation number 2. Now we can make b the subject of formula, so b will become minus 6 minus 4a. Now replace this back in this part. You will have 2a plus b, which is minus 6 and minus 4a equal to 16. Now we can send 6 on this side. You will have, so 2a minus 4a, that will be minus 2a. 16 plus 6, that will become 22. So a will be minus 11. So the value of b will be minus 6 minus 4 minus 11. Minus 6 plus 44, that will be what? Let's see, that will be 38. So value of b will be 38. So right now our equation looks like, so f of x will look like x cubed plus a, which is minus 11 x squared, plus b, 38x minus 40 equal to 0. So we have to find the other root, which is the third root. So right now we only have two roots. So basically we know there are two roots, so the factors will be x minus 2, x minus 4, and the last one will be x minus, let's call it let's call it t for third root. It needs to equal to 0. So if you factorize this, it will look like something like this. So how do we know this is a minus here? Because it is saying that it has a positive integer root. That's why when you bring it back to a factor, it will be minus here, just like these two minus here. Now if you multiply these numbers, 2, 4 and t, it should give you this last number here. So let's do that. 2 times 4 times t should give you 40. So t will be equal to 40 divided by 8, which is 5. So the last root will be, so let's write down the third root is equal to 5. So just to recap, the value of a is minus 11, the value of b is 38, and the third root is 5. As mentioned, it is a positive integer root. Now for part B, do not use a calculator in this question. Solve the equation, this. Given that it has 3 integer roots, only one of which is positive. Okay, let's see what can we do in this case. So as always, first step is to let f of x equal to this equation, 5x squared minus 46x minus 40 equal to 0. So to find the roots, we can do this by trial. So we can try which one will be a root. So how can we find the factors? We can first find the factors of 40. You know, 1 times 40 is 40, 2 times 20 is 40. Of course, it can be plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Hope that makes sense, right? And then you can have 5 times 8, going on. So let's try one by one. Let's try this one value. Let's say for f equal to 1, let's see what do we have. It is 1 minus 5 minus 46 minus 40. It is equal to what? So 1 minus 5 minus 46 minus 40, it is minus 90, which is not equal to 0. So we're looking for the value 0 when we replace the values inside. So this is not good. So let's take f equal to minus 1. That will be minus 1 minus 5 plus 46 minus 40. So let's see, minus 1 minus 5 plus 46 minus 40. That will be equal to 0. So if f of x, the value, is equal to 0, it means that this value inside is a root of this equation. So when we have the root, it will mean that x plus 1 will be a factor of this equation. So just to explain how we get minus 1 inside, because when you have to find the root, you have to do x plus 1 equal to 0. So x equal to minus 1. So that's why we replace the value of minus 1 inside, but the factor is x plus 1, as you can see. So since we have one factor now, we can find the other roots. So by doing long division. So here we have x cubed minus 5x squared minus 46x minus 40, and here we have x plus 1. So the next step is, how can we make x become x cubed? We have to multiply by x squared, right? That will be x squared, and 1 times x squared, so x cubed. X times x squared will be x cubed, and 1 times x squared will be plus x squared. So this minus this will be 0, and this minus this will be minus 6x squared. So same thing, we bring this down, 46 minus 40. Now, how can we make x minus 6x squared? So we have to multiply that by minus 6x. So x times minus 6x, that will be minus 6x squared. Plus 1 times minus 6 will be minus 6x. So minus 6 minus, so minus 6, that will be 0. Minus 46 minus will be plus. So minus 46 plus 6 will be minus 40x, minus 40x. And the last one, how can we make x become minus 40x? We have to multiply by minus 40. That will be minus 40x minus 40. And this will be 0. So it means that f of x is equal to x plus 1 times x squared minus 6x minus 40. Now we can factorize this. That will be 2 brackets. X squared is x times x. 40 is what value we can choose. So 40 will be, we can choose, so let's see what factors of 40 do we have. We have 1 times 40, 2 times 20, we have 8 times 5, and what else do we have? We have 4 times 10. Right, so we have to choose 4 times 10 in this question. So let's choose 10 here and 4 here. For it to become minus 6, it has to be minus 10 plus 4. Now the question is asking you, solve this equation, so we have to find the values of x. So we have to equate this to 0 to find the values of x. So the first value is x equal to minus 1, x equal to minus 4, x equal to 10. So as mentioned here, it has 3 roots. Only one is positive and the rest are negative. So this one is positive and the rest will be negative roots. So just to recap, the roots are minus 4, minus 1, and 10. Okay, and this will be question number 7. Now let's move on to question number 8. So a particle A travels with a speed of 6.5 meters per second in this direction. Find the velocity of A. So pretty easy. Velocity of A will be equal to speed times the unit vector in this direction. So that will be minus 5I minus 12j divided by its magnitude. That will become minus 5 square plus minus 12 square, which will be 6.5 times minus 5I and j divided by, this will become, so 5 square plus 12 square root, that will be 13. So divide by 1, so divide by 6.5, you'll have 2 here, so that will become minus 2.5I minus 6j. So this will be your velocity of this particle A. Now for part B, a particle B travels with velocity of this. Find the speed of B. So to find the speed, you just have to find the magnitude of B. That will be root of 12 square plus 9 square. Let's see what we get. So 12 square plus 9 square, that will be root of 225. That will be 15. So speed will be 15 meters per second. That is part 2. Now it says a particle A starts moving from this point with position vector this. So the point A starts from this point. Now it is this initial position for particle A. At the same time, particle B starts moving from point with position vector this one. So this is the initial position of vector B. Now part 3, find RA, which is the position vector of A after t seconds, and RB, which is the position vector of B after t seconds. So one by one, RA will be the position of A after t seconds. So we know the velocity of A is given to us, or we also know the initial position. So that will be, initial position will be 20 minus 7 plus t, which is t seconds, times the velocity, which is minus 0.25 minus 2.5, sorry, and then we have minus 6. This will be the position of A, and RB is equal to the initial position, we minus 67, then we have 11, plus t times its velocity, that will be 12 minus 9. Okay, so that will be part 3. Now part 4, it says, find the time when the particles collide and the position vector of the point of collision. So this have to be equal to this when they collide. They have to have the same position. Now let's see. So here we have, we can simplify. You will have 20 minus 2.5t is equal to minus 6.7 plus 12t. Now if you simplify this, let's see what we have. We send t to one side, we send this one to this side, you will have, this is 67, this is now 6.7. So 20 plus 67, that will be 87, equal to 13. So 12 plus 2.5 will be 14.5t. So t will be 87 divided by 14.5, that is 6. The value of t will be 6. Now what is the position? We can just replace t in any of them. Let's replace t in RA. You will have 20 minus 7 plus t, which is 6, minus 2.5 minus 6. So one by one, 20 plus this will be what? 20 plus 6 times minus 2.5, that will be 5. And minus 7 plus 6 times minus 6. So minus 7 times 6, sorry, plus 6 times minus 6. That will be minus 43. So the time taken will be 6 and the position will be this one. Or you can write 5i minus 43j. It is up to you. And that is question number 8. Okay, so let's move on to question number 9. We have the diagram shows the points A and B. So we have A here and B here. And we have a point P here as well, and M is a midpoint of AB. That's good to know. Now it says the line PM is perpendicular to AB. So we have AB and PM, they are perpendicular. Now part 1, find the equation of the line PM in the form of this, where M and C are exact constants. So find the equation of the line PM. So first thing we can find is to find the point M. M is a midpoint of the line AB. So to find the midpoint, we have to use our formula, which is x1 plus x2, so minus 3, plus 5 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That is 2 over 2, 4 over 2. That will be 1, 2. This will be your point M for the midpoint of AB. Now, you have to find the gradient of PM to find the equation of line. So we first have to find the gradient of AB. Again, we have to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Minus 6 over 8, that will be minus 3 over 4. Now from this we can find the gradient of PM. That will be 4 over 3. Now using the points and the gradient, we can find equation of line. So y minus 2 over x minus 1 equal to 4 over 3. Cross multiply, you will have 3y. Okay, so we don't need to cross multiply because we are trying to find in this form. So we don't need to cross multiply. We have to send this one over here. You will have y minus 2 equal to 4 over 3 times x minus 1. Now y will be 4 over 3 x minus 4 over 3 plus 2. So that will be 4 over 3 x. So what is minus 4 over 3 plus 2? That will be minus 4 over 3 plus 2. That will be 2 over 3. Okay, so as you can see, y equal to mx plus c, where m and c are exact constants. Now for part 2, it says hence find the expression for s in terms of r. So let's do that. As we know, the point of P is equal to r and s. This will be your x coordinate and your y coordinate. And the line PM is given by this equation. So we just have to replace these values in the equation. So y will be s is equal to 4 over 3. X is what? X is r plus 2 over 3. This will be the expression. Now let's move on to part 3. It says given that the line PM is 10 units, find the value of r and s. So we know the point P is given by rs. The point M is given by 1, 2. And we know that s is equal to 4r plus 2 over 3. From part 2, that is the expression we know. Now, how do you find length of PM? So let's find the vector PM first. That will be OM, which is 1, 2, minus OP, which is RS. That will be 1 minus R and 2 minus S. And we know that the magnitude of PM is equal to 10, which is square root of the first one, 1 minus R square plus 2 minus S square is equal to 10. Now we can solve this. We have to send the square root on this side. You will have square. So it will become 1 minus R square plus 2 minus S square equal to 10 square, which is 100. Now you can expand. That will be 1 minus 2R plus R square plus 4 minus 4S plus S square equal to 100. Now send these constants to one side. So 1 plus 4 is 5. That will be, so let's first simplify this. 2R plus S square minus 4S. That will be 100 minus 5. That will be 95 on one side. Now we can use the substitution of S equal to 4R plus 2 over 3. So replace that in the equation. You will have 4R plus 2 over 3. Since it is square, that will be square, that will be square. Minus, same thing, 4r plus 2 over 3 equal to 95. So now what can we do? Since the base, so let's simplify this. This will be 9. So since we have to get rid of 9, 3, what can we do? We can multiply by 9 everywhere. So that will become 9r squared minus 18r plus 4r plus 2 squared minus 3 times 4, 4r plus 2 equal to, so this times 9, that will be 855. Okay, so now expand. That will be 9r squared minus 18r plus 16r squared plus 16r plus 4 minus, so 12, that is 12 times 4 will be minus 48r minus 24 equal to 855. Now let's see what can we have here. So this plus this will become 25r squared, and we have minus 18 plus 16 minus 48, that will be minus 50r, and then we have plus 4 minus 24, that will be minus 20. We send this one over here, you will have minus 855 equal to 0. Now you have to again simplify. You will have 25r squared minus 50r minus 875 equal to 0. Now we have to factorize to find the value of r. So first thing we can do is to divide by 25. You will have r squared minus 2r minus, so 875 divided by 25, that will be 35 equal to 0. Now factorize. Let's find the value of r. So r squared is r times r. 35 will be 7 times 5. Minus 2 will be minus 7 plus 5. So r can be 7 and r can be minus 5. Let's find the value of s. S will be equal to, replace the value of r in this equation to find the value of s. That will be 4 times r, so 4 times 7 plus 2 divided by 3, that will be 10. Or it can be 4 times minus 5 plus 2 divided by 3, that will be minus 6. So we have two possible values for the point P. The point P can be 7, 10, or it can be minus 5, minus 6. But now, as you can see from this drawing, P, this is your axis, this is your basically your x-axis, let's put it this way, and this will be your y-axis, right? So as you can see, the value of minus 3 is here. This is 5. Obviously, P has to be more than 5. It cannot be negative, it has to be more than 5 for this value of P right here. So in this case, for more than 5, it can only be 7 and not minus 5. So this will be your actual answer for your point P. So the value of R and S, so R will be 7 and S will be 10. This is question number 9. Okay, so let's move on to question number 10. Given that y is equal to this, ln x over x squared, find dy by dx. So as you can see, this is a quotient. We have to use the quotient rule. So dy by dx is equal to, this one will be on top, same. Then we have to do dy by dx of this one will become 1 over x minus ln x, 2x, and then divide by square of the base. That will be x power 4. Simplify, that will become x minus 2x ln x over x power 4. So that will be dy by dx for y. Now for part 2, find the coordinates of the stationary point on this curve. As you guys must know by now, at stationary point, dy by dx is equal to 0. So dy by dx we have seen from part A is equal to this ln x over x cubed power 4 equal to 0. Now if you cross multiply, you will have x minus 2x ln x equal to 0. Now you factorize the x outside, you will have 1 minus 2 ln x equal to 0. So x can be equal to 0, or it can be 1 minus 2 ln x equal to 0. Now 2 ln x equal to 1, ln x equal to 1 over 2. So x will be e power 1 over 2. That is the value of x. Now what is the value of y? Y will be ln x will be this, divided by x squared, that will become e power half square, which is half over e, which is 1 over 2e for the value of y. How about this one? If you replace x in this equation, you can see that y will be ln 0 over 0, which is not possible. You cannot divide by 0, so this would not be a possible solution. So the coordinates of the point will be x will be e power half and 1 over 2e. This will be your solution for part 2. Now let's move on to part 3. Using your answer to part 1, find this one. So part 1 we have dy by dx is equal to x minus 2x ln x over x power 4. Now if you break it down, you will have 1 over x3 minus 2 ln x over x3. That is dy by dx for part 1. So we are trying to find the integration of this. So let's see. How from in part 1, y was equal to ln x over x squared. So how do you get y from dy by dx? So y is basically equal to integration of dy by dx. So y is this one, ln x over x2 is equal to integration of dy by dx, which is this, 1 over x3 minus 2 ln x over x power 3. Of course, with respect to x. Now we can simplify. That becomes integration of 1 over x cubed dx minus integration of 2 ln x x power 3 dx. So now as you observe, we have this point here, we have this, and this looks almost the same. So we have to make this the subject of formula. So we send this on this side and this on this side. You will have positive 2 outside, will be ln x over x power 3 dx equal to this one, integration of x minus 3 dx minus ln x over x power 2. So now if you simplify this, this becomes x power minus 2 divided by minus 2. That will be minus ln x over x2, which is integration of 2 times ln x over x power 3 dx. So, but now we are trying to find this one. So we have to divide by 2 everywhere you will have. So let's continue here. Your answer will be minus 1 over, because we're trying to divide by 2, that will become 4, and this will become x power 2 minus ln x over x squared, but 2 because divided by 2, and plus c for the constant of integration. So just to write everything down, your value for integration of ln x over x power 3 dx is equal to minus 1 over 4 x squared minus ln x over 2x squared plus c. This will be your answer for part 3. Now for part 4, hence find this one. So we just have to replace the values of x by this. So let's do this. 2, 1 ln x over x power 3 dx is equal to, limits will be 1 over 4 x cubed minus ln x over 2x squared for limits of 2, 1. So 1 by 1, that will become minus 1, 4 times 4 minus ln 2, that will be 8 minus that will become minus 1 over 4, and this is 0. Now simplify, you will have minus 1 over 16 minus ln 2 over 8 plus 1 over 4. Now if you simplify, you will have, so let's see, minus 1 over 16 plus 1 over 4, that will be 3 over 16. So 3 over 16 minus ln 2 over 8 will be your answer. Okay, this is question number 10. Now let's move on to the last question of this paper. Finally, right? Do not use a calculator in this question, so you have to show all your workings to solve this question. So we have to solve this, and we have to show all our working. So if you observe, this is a quadratic equation where we have a is equal to root 5 minus 3, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to root 5 plus 3. As you know, the value of x by formula, that will be minus b, which is minus 3, plus minus root of b squared, which is 9, minus 4 times a, root 5 minus 3, times c, root 5 plus 3. Divided by 2 times a will be 2 times root 5 minus 3. Now if you simplify this, inside, as you can see, root 5 minus 3 times root 5 plus 3, this is equal to root 5 square minus 3 square, which is 5 minus 9, which is minus 4. Now, replace back in this, you will have 9 minus 4 times minus 4. So minus 4 times minus 4 will be 16. 9 plus 16 will be 25. So here we have x equal to minus 3 plus minus root of 25, which is 5 over 2 times root 5 minus 3. So we have two possible solutions here. So of course, I mean, it's best if you show all your working, because they will mark you based on that. So let me write this down. That will be 9 minus 4 times minus 4, which is equal to 25, which is equal to 5. So that's where you get 5 here. Now we have two values of x. X can be minus 3 plus 5 over 2 root 5 minus 3, or it can be x equal to minus 3 minus 5 to root 5 minus 3. Okay, so simplify. X can be minus 3 plus 5 is 2 over 2 root 5 minus 3, or it can be minus 8 over 2 root 5 minus 3. Now this one can go away, be 1, minus 4. So x can be root 5 minus 3, or x can be minus 4 over root 5 minus 3. But now we have to express the answers in this form for our marks. So we have to multiply by the conjugate. Conjugate of this will be root 5 plus 3. On the bottom and top will be the same conjugate. So multiply both sides. Root 5 plus 3. So this will become, on top you will have root 5 plus 3. On the base you will have root 5 minus 3 and root 5 plus 3. Same thing here. Minus 4 root 5 minus 12. If you expand, and on the base you will have root 5 minus 3 root 5 plus 3. Okay, so now if you simplify the base, as we have seen here, it becomes minus 4. The base will become minus 4, so you will have root 5 plus 3 divided by 1 over 4. That will be one solution, and this one will be now minus 4, so divide by minus 4, you will have root 5 plus 3. So we have two solutions, but express this in this form. That will become x can be minus 3 over 4 minus 1 over 4 root 5 for one solution, and x can be 3 plus root 5 for the other solution. So these are the two solutions of x in this form. So that was the last question of this paper. As always, I hope that was helpful, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys soon.